I've been at quite a few tournaments in my career so far, but the one that really stands out now in my memory is a pretty recent one, which was in I think in November 2008, the World Cyber Games 2008. It's my it's my fifth World Cyber Games tournament, but I had never experienced it in this way, where the energy from the crowd, it was crazy, it was amazing. there there was a pretty big attendance, like tens of thousands of people, and uh, for the Warcraft 3 tournament that I played, there were thousands of people watching, and when there were no chairs, people sat on the floor. If there was no space to sit on the floor, people were standing up, and it was just, you were sitting in that booth, and you're sitting in this booth basically to make it a soundproof environment. But I think no kind of booth would have been soundproof to the kind of huge cheers that were coming from the fans, and it just gets your adrenaline really pumped up, and it makes you feel to the core of your being why you're doing this, and it makes you feel like you can conquer the world. You play a lot better with that kind of energy backing you. And there was one moment where I had some problems with my sound, and while the referees were trying to fix that, I just went out from my booth, and there was this swarm of people coming to me and asking for signatures and photographs, and it gave me this really special feeling. Like, normally when I would wait for my setup to fix itself, I could get quite nervous, but now I was just getting pumped up and getting ready to go back in there and throw myself into the fray. And overall, that experience was just pretty wonderful. The kind of gear that you use to play the game that you play can be very personal. That's why when we travel to tournaments, we bring all of our own peripherals. For example, the mouse, the keyboard, the mousepad, and the headset. Players bring this themselves, but what's already there at the venue is usually the monitor and the PC. Well, some of the most professional tournaments I've been to was the Intel Extreme Masters organized by the ESL. They have a really professional staff, I think, with very clear rules and fair decisions, and they bring their PCs wherever they go, and they've got the Intel laptops which we could play on. And personally, I never had any problems on it, and I just found that the whole progress of the tournament was very smooth. I bring my own stuff, the Intel PCs are there, and there's nothing that could go wrong except personal mistakes. It just allows me to not be limited by the hardware that I have, but only by my own imagination. Well, I've already told you about that I took a 1 year sabbatical after I finished my high school successfully. I played a few different tournaments in that free year, as it was. I started out with Electronic Sports World Cup, then the Samsung Euro Championship, and then I played the World Cyber Games 2004 in San Francisco. This tournament it's special because the World Cyber Games is a very special tournament in the hearts of all pro gamers. But I was in very good shape. I had 2 weeks of practice in South Korea, which, especially at that time, was the ideal practice environment in all aspects, regarding the player strength and the broad level of players. The top level of players, it was very broad. There were a lot of players who were very, very skilled, and I learned so much in those 2 weeks. And then I flew to San Francisco from Seoul, and the time zone made me very tired, but I had jet lag. But I remember I was sleeping like 10 hours per night to make up for the kind of mental exertion that I was undergoing at that tournament. But at the same time, it really, all the conditions that led up to that tournament made sure that I was in a very good shape. But when people asked me who did I think was going to win, I didn't think I was going to win. I only won one tournament so far in my life at that point, and this is the World Cyber Games. You know, the best players are here. 3 Koreans, players the best from their country, from all over the world. And well, I was sure that a Korean was going to win it. So I guess it couldn't be more accurate than that you could say I was an underdog at the tournament, both in my eyes and in the people's eyes. But steady as it went, I was kept progressing, passed my group stage without a loss, won the first round, won the top 16, won the quarterfinals. Then the semifinals, I was down 1-0, and I came back to play on the 2 most difficult maps, the 2 most difficult battlefields that I could imagine, and I won both of them to place myself in the finals. Now here I was, 18 years old, underdog, never really won anything big yet, and I was going up against South Korean favorite, Zakhard. And both me and everyone else thought for sure he will win. But I was already so happy that I could make it so far. I was very satisfied with being top 2 no matter what. But the situation got more exciting because World Cyber Games, it has a Nations Cup. Whoever wins the most medals may, as a country, as a nation, also wins this big cup that says, okay, your nation is the worldwide best nation at games for this year. And as I was playing the card, I was the last discipline, the last game to play the finals. And the gold medal count was about even. So whoever was going to win this match not only would get a personal victory, but would win the whole World Cyber Games for his country. But I was unpressured. I mean, I was the underdog. There was no pressure on me. And as such, I went into the game thinking this will be a quick 0-2 defeat wipeout. And I guess that kind of relaxed attitude, I have nothing to lose, resulted in something which I will tell you about in 1 second. But first, I lost the first map. And that means that one more game to lose and I'm out. And that loss additionally increased the belief that I wasn't going to win. But somehow, some way, I just started playing, well, I guess amazingly. And I won the second game. He made a pretty big mistake. And then it came to the third and final game. And you can either think, oh my God, this is for myself, my country, for $20,000, for the title, the honor, the fame, everything, my first tournament. But I wasn't. I just saw me, my opponent, and the battlefield we're playing on. And it turned out to be this completely epic game where he played so aggressive and he was pushing me into a corner. And it's like my hands took control of my whole essence. Everything that was going on, it was just, when I look back at it, it seems to go too fast, too unbelievable. And I think I was really just playing above my own skill level. Just amazing myself, I guess. And I ended up winning that game, which made me, for the first time ever, the world champion.